So we've talked heavily about the hacking scene, I guess you want to call it, around the Nintendo Switch, how they were able to dump the kernel, for example, and then they've done things like run WebOS exploits on the system. And now it looks like they've made yet another step. I know these updates just keep coming, and it's because there is a huge group surrounding this hacking scene for the Switch, trying to unlock it, if you will, and run unsigned code, homebrew, and inevitably piracy for games. And that's kind of where today's update kind of sits around, actually, because it looks like a hacking group has managed to dump ROMs from the games. Yes, that's right. They've hooked up the cartridges allegedly through a switch and managed to dump several games. I mean, these games include some of the big ones like Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, ARMS, Has Been Heroes, Puyo Puyo Tetris, and Lego City Undercover. Now, they say that it's like a unique file format that they managed to rip from it, so they've just left it in a .i storage setup, so it's not even at this point ready to be run through an emulator that is still not even in existence, obviously. This is more a way for them to dump it. They've already decrypted it, any of the information, so they can go through all of the files for data mining, things like that. In fact, they've already enabled that for their private group. A lot of the stuff isn't stuff they're sharing publicly. They're just kind of letting us know that they have done this, they've done that. You know, they've achieved the entire kernel to be dumped. They've now ripped games straight from the little cartridges. They've also managed to do things like edit saved games, back up saved games, and then move them to another Switch, which is something we're still waiting for Nintendo to give us the ability to do. Maybe there's a reason why they're still waiting. Maybe they're trying to make sure everything is protected, essentially. It seems like Nintendo may be having a hard time here with this group pretty much doing whatever they can to break through and unlock the Switch. They've also done things in accordance with accessing and changing RAM values to do things that you would think of like cheating, for example, making a weapon super powerful or a piece of armor super durable or even skipping level. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do when you get into changing RAM values, and it's interesting to say the least. Now, maybe most people are worried right now that it's going to turn into a massive hacking and piracy scene. Well, you have to remember Nintendo will continue to update the system, and they'll be playing catch up the entire time. So if you want to take advantage of this stuff, you might want to get a Switch separate from your one that you use online, and just put it in a closet somewhere if you can find them, of course, and leave it on the oldest firmware you can if that's the case, because you probably won't be able to go online and do any of this stuff, which includes modifying and to play games that are backed up even. And right now, there's no way to play these backed up games, so you don't really have to worry about it there. It's more about the future, and of course they will just do nothing but look through these game files as well for maybe openings there. Now, according to them, they managed to put the game into the Switch and then rip the entire ROM off of the cartridge through the Switch. So it's very interesting what they're doing here. It's very obvious that the group surrounding this Switch hacking scene is extremely talented. And Nintendo needs to be aware that their system may be cracked before the end of the year. It's very possible. So while no major developments are being made for something that the end user, you, myself, could actually use and attempt, it's good to know that this is going along here, I guess, for people who want to run homebrew, want to unlock the possibilities of the Switch, because it is the strongest handheld, and I think that's one of the big reasons why the hacking community wants it unlocked so badly. They want to do things like run homebrew, and I'm sure there are some that just want to run backed up, illegally obtained games. That's the way it is. And no matter what you do, if it runs homebrew and it could run pirated games, people are going to figure out a way to run pirated games. Just the way it is. But that's it for now, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning for Newswave.